Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and we have got a hilarious but also dark story for you today. My favorite art form of all time. It trumps film, it trumps anime, is stand-up comedy. There is something so inherently great about taking any sort of subject, dark, happy, sad, whatever, and making it uplifting and funny, even if it's for the most absurdist reasons. And apparently, Hondo agrees, because he's just been squawking away over here while I talk about stand-up. Who's your favorite comedian? Is it Dave Chappelle? Are you a Dave Chappelle fan? I think Hondo's a Dave Chappelle fan. I'm more of a Norm Macdonald kind of guy myself. You want to know who neither of us are fans of? Bill Cosby, you know, the rapist. Bill Cosby is making a massive and unbelievable comeback, despite just being released from prison for rape. Bill Cosby is set to head out on a comedy tour in 2023. Alrighty. Now I'm going to get this out of the way. I am not a fan of cancel culture. I do not believe anyone should get canceled, and definitely do not believe people should stay canceled. Under certain circumstances. When it's just allegations, when there's no proof, or when the crime itself is minimal, yes, give the person a chance to come back and be part of society. If that person is somebody of note, an actor or a comedian, whatever, give them a chance to put forth art again. There's a caveat, though. Not if they've done things to kids or if they've raped people. I can't believe that this is happening. Bill Cosby was always a clean stand-up comedian anyway. Usually when comedians pull from their own personal lives to do their bits, it's funny. How is he going to attempt to pull from his personal life and make what he did to these women funny? No, his only option is to not acknowledge that whatsoever. Well, that's a pretty big elephant in the room if that's what you're trying to do there, Cos. Let's read through this. In arguably one of the most shocking moves, Bill Cosby plans to tour in 2023. The once famed comedian has been charged with sexual assault in 2018. Yeah, like 37 different women or something. He's sexually assaulted more people than Andrew Tate has cars. And spent the better part of 3 years in prison for his crimes, getting out last year. During an interview with WGH Talk with Scott Spears, Cosby stated, "When I come out of this, I'll feel that I'll be able to perform and be the Bill Cosby that my audience knows me to be." So the audience knows you to be a rapist, so you're just going to come out on stage and that's your joke? I'm not even going to go there, but my point is, look, Joe Rogan has the chair humping stuff down. We don't need to see you chair sexually assaulting. Bill Cosby answered yes to touring on the radio with Spears, and he added, "Yes, because there's so much fun to be had in the storytelling that I do. Years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I found it was better to say it after I write it." Oh, Bill, I think you're in for a bit of a shock. We're not sure how and why a comeback would be considered a good idea by Bill Cosby's team, as he is also currently being accused of sexual assault by 5 other women. I did not know about this, as they stated Cosby either raped them or forced them into sexual acts in the 1980s and 1990s. One of the accusers is also Sandra Ladd, a former Hollywood executive, who claims Cosby raped her in 1969? Oh man, summer of 69 must have a very different meaning for Bill Cosby than it does Bryan Adams. All the women are suing under a New York state law that bypasses the statute of limitations, allowing these older sexual assaults to be recognized in court. Now, I do kind of have issue here. I wonder if because Bill Cosby is a known rapist, if these new allegations are going to be not looked at objectively and impartially. It is still innocent until proven guilty, and since these are new crimes, he should technically be presumed as innocent until proven guilty. Considering we know about his past, it'd be very easy to be like, well, he just did the 33 other rapes, it wouldn't be hard to believe he did 5 more, when technically they could be lies. When the individual coming out making this accusation, now that he's out of prison, is saying, no, it happened to me too. I don't know what there would be to gain from that. I don't know about Bill Cosby's financial standing. I don't know if he was ruined in prison, if he's broke now, or anything to that effect. So I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. Just the thought process that it could be concerning when you try and look at the unbiased nature and try and just view it objectively. The new allegations have been denied by Bill Cosby's representative, Andrew Wyatt, who also claims these allegations are false and come from 5 women who belong to the parade of accusers that came forward between 2014 and 2016. Wyatt also confirmed that Cosby is planning a tour in the spring and summer months next year. Apparently, Cosby's representative also thinks that this touring idea is going to be good for his public image. No, it's not. I don't know how you could think that. There is no coming back from what Cosby was accused of. Louis C.K., he gets to come back because, frankly, what he was accused of wasn't honestly that big a deal. And he asked. He didn't even sexually assault someone. You can make the argument that because he was in a position of power, this, that, and the other. I disagree with that, but I at least understand that argument, and if you want to make it, there's a discussion there. There's no discussion for what Cosby did. You can't come back from that. O.J. Simpson has barely been able to come back after like 30 years of murdering, allegedly, his wife and her boyfriend. 30 years, and he's barely come back. You raped just as many women as there have been years since the O.J. trial, and you don't have a lot of time left. You think you can make a stand-up tour and just come back? Hey, I got something to tell you, Bill. That's not how it works. Bill Cosby has seen his reputation shattered by the sexual assault charges. He was convicted, which he just spent 3 years in prison for. We would imagine there are going to be plenty of people upset at the idea that the comedian plans to hit the stage and speak about the conviction in a way that's a joke. You think? Cosby is also 85 years old, and his humor might not be what anyone wants to hear currently. You think? No, I actually don't know about that part. I mean, your age really shouldn't have anything to do with it. That's ageist, giant freaking robot. But that being said, I'm still in the camp of this is a horrible idea, and he should not get to be uncanceled. I don't even think he should be out of prison. All that rape, and he did 3 years? That's like a year every 10 rapes. That's fucked up. However, all we know for now, there could still be a legion of Bill Cosby fans out there who support him no matter what. Who? How big is your legion? And ticket sales will further prove that point. Once this proposed tour goes on sale, we will all have to wait and see what the people are going to do in terms of wanting to go see him explain himself live. There could be people buying tickets just to see the man crash and burn. I'll be honest, I had already considered that. The moment they started talking about a tour, while recording this video, while reading this article, I was actively thinking in my head, wouldn't it be funny to go, maybe get some channel content? Like, I might actually consider that. Or they could just be buying tickets as legitimate fans wanting to support him. Whatever happens, it appears that Bill Cosby is not allowing multiple sexual assault charges to deter his legacy. It already has. Your legacy is gone. What your legacy could have been has been forever altered by this. America's dad raped like 33 women or something to that effect. No amount of Cosby Show reruns is gonna save that. Though his legacy might be destroyed already. Yeah, exactly. For those who are still fans of his work, you can wait to see when these comedy tour tickets go on sale sometime in the next couple of months. This is certainly a strange world we're living in right now, and it could be that Cosby might just want to cash in on his controversy by going back on tour. I mean, yeah, I've no doubt that the spectacle will generate the big bucks. Is it deserved? No. Should people fall for that? Absolutely not. But it's gonna happen. Okay, so yeah, it looks like it's the end of that article. Man, I can't believe this. I mean, I thought Cosby's legacy was trashed after Ghost Dad, but no, he rapes more than just the box office, apparently. Comedy, at the end of the day, is a very important art form. Like I said, it's my favorite. It trumps anime, it trumps film, it trumps anything you can go see at the Louvre. I think stand-up comedy, and comedy in general, is the most important art the world has ever and will ever see. Because no matter how dark and dreary and dour times and things seem, there's always a reason to laugh. Have you ever been in a position, a really bad spot, where your life was spiraling out of control, and you haven't laughed in hours, days, weeks? The first thing that made you laugh, honestly, instantly changed your mindset. Not too terribly long ago, I had an experience like that. And I'm not going to get into what it was, but I had an experience that left me lower than I'd ever been. And the first thing that made me laugh in days was the Weird Al Daniel Radcliffe biopic Weird. I audibly laughed out loud and almost didn't recognize my own laugh. It had been so long since I had laughed. And it viscerally changed my mentality and changed my outlook. Was my life still not exactly in the best spot? No, maybe it wasn't. But for that brief moment, things were beautiful. And I don't think that's what we're going to get from Bill Cosby. Not at all. Because going through some difficult life stuff is different than watching someone get on stage and tell jokes from a man who has raped 30-something women. I truly don't know how this could be considered a good idea. Again, unless the idea holds true that all publicity is good publicity, there's no such thing as bad press, so people might want to buy the tickets, go see him crash and burn. Who cares if he fails? He's still getting paid the big bucks. Like Dave Chappelle once said, I'm like Evel Knievel. I get paid for the attempt. That's really what's going to happen here. He doesn't even have to be funny. He can just go up on stage and talk, and he's getting paid. People have already bought their tickets. He doesn't have to refund them. This is a travesty. I really hope nobody pays for these tickets. I really hope no one goes to see him. And I really hope he lives the rest of his life in obscurity and poverty. It's very rare that I wish something like this on someone else because, frankly, I'm ridiculously anti-cancel culture. I don't even believe that Kevin Spacey should have gotten permanently canceled. I mean, I definitely think that, hey, you did some bad stuff, allegedly. We need to get more information and, for the time being, maybe stay out of the spotlight. But even what Kevin Spacey did, I think that as abhorrent as it is, unless I'm misremembering, I don't recall any proof, just allegations. So, even compared to Bill Cosby, Kevin Spacey should get the comeback. But this is something else. But that being said, what do you think it is? Tell me in the comments below. Also, like and subscribe. I really would appreciate the subscription. I've been trying to grow the channel, so it would mean the world to me. And follow me on Twitter at BoltTheWord, because this has been Words of Paradise.